All right. Welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in the studio. Hey, get it? Joined by Randy Angston.
Got it.
Get it? Got it? Good. Guys, it's, what is it, December 22nd? You're listening to this? I think that's what we calculated. It's we're going into Christmas. I know you guys are doing the family thing. Hey, listen, the Grow Summit tickets are running out for the early bird. So use code WORM, fitprogrowsummit.com. Link will be in the show notes. It's really kind of this. We're going to remind you one more time, but you're probably either you're gonna get it or you're gonna miss it, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're listening to this podcast, you got 2 minutes. Jump on your phone, grab those seats. You're not going to regret it.
Early bird gets the worm. Use promo code WORM to save $150 today. The day this is released.
Yes,
like 2 weeks from now, it's probably no good.
Yeah.
So yeah, jump in, save yourself some money. Lock in those tickets, guys. This is going to be worth it. Promise. Sweet.
All right. So this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the two types of selling that have to happen in order for you to get a client. Okay. So what do you mean? Well, this is a big lesson that we teach in our coaching program. We figured we just kind of lay it out here. It's going to be a little bit difficult to show you the graphic because it's, you're listening to this on audio, but in the marketplace, there's people that are aware and there's people that are unaware. In fact, we've got 4 levels of awareness that we talk about and we teach, and the way you talk to those folks is going to be completely different. So if you just picture a giant triangle, the bottom fourth of that triangle, these are the people that are the most unaware, right? They have no idea. They've got, maybe they're overweight, they have high blood pressure, they got back pain, can't sleep, they're out of breath when they go up the stairs, their knees hurt, but that's the way life is. They're going to live with it. That's how their family was. That's how their friends are. And they don't really know anything else other than this is life.
Yeah. They're unaware that they even have a problem.
Correct. Mm-hmm. They just think this is the way it is. So, unfortunately, this is the largest demographic in the marketplace. The highest percentage of people live in this most unaware. Mm-hmm. I mean, we would, as fitness professionals, we're like, what do you mean? Of course, those are the reasons why you're having all these problems. You're overweight. Let's lose some weight and get there. But you'd be surprised.
That is literally being too close to the problem.
Yeah, exactly. we think differently than the market. So the way that you have to talk to these folks is going to be much different than the people that already know what you do. So as we move up the, awareness triangle, we kind of, the triangle's getting smaller as we move up. So now we're in the second quarter of it, the second fourth of it. These people are aware of their problem. They know that being overweight is causing them these symptoms, but they're unaware of anything to do about it. Mm-hmm. I need to lose weight, and that's the end of the story. They just know that the weight that they're holding on their body is causing them these symptoms, but that's the end of the conversation. Yeah,
so the solutions that they have available is where they're unaware.
They're unaware of the solutions, right? Mm-hmm. They just think, okay, well, again, they may live with it. They may just, this is the way it is, right? So that's the second level up. Now, the third level up, as we're getting smaller, you got to remember that the triangle itself gets smaller at the top, which also means the market gets smaller.
Correct.
These folks are aware that being overweight is causing them the problems in their life. They're aware that they need to probably do something about it. They're searching for solutions, and they know that there are several solutions to solve this problem. They could be going on a diet. They can go on a run. They can exercise at home in a park, go on YouTube, join your gym, join Weight Watchers, whatever it is that there's just multiple solutions. Now, these folks are interesting because they're actively looking around.
Sure.
Yeah. When you're shopping for a car, for example, and you start seeing that car everywhere, and they're starting to see all the solutions pop up. They see a weight loss pill, and then they go down the street and they see a billboard for a weight loss clinic or HCG. These people, they're realizing all of this.
And nowadays they're talking about it, which means that social media is hitting them with ads for all of those different solutions available as well.
Right. Exactly. Right. So the audio search is tracking you. And so they're getting hit by ads. And then at the very top, which is the smallest piece of the triangle, at the very top, these folks are the most aware. They know that being overweight's a problem. They know that it's causing all their issues in their life. And they know who you are. They know that personal training is the solution, and they may have even come to your gym or driven past it, and they are aware that Joe's Fitness is a place that I can go get personal training that will solve my weight issue that is causing the problems in my life. Okay, so now you've got all these levels in here, and this episode, we really want to discuss how do we talk to those people in the cells that have to happen before you can just drop an offer on somebody, for example.
And that's the biggest thing is when somebody's unaware that they have a problem, you can't just pitch them, personal training and expect them to buy, right? We're literally slapping somebody with something that they're not even looking for and they don't see the value in whatsoever. So before we can ask for that sale, we have to convince this faction of that, awareness triangle, the section of the marketplace, that fitness and personal training within a gym, not even necessarily our gym, is the solution ahead of us being the solution that they need to pursue first, right? So we need to educate, and this is where a lot of that content-based marketing that we talked in the last episode, things like that come into place. Years ago, we did an ebook, Sitting is the New Smoking. That was to go and address the fact that the problems that you were experiencing, it was only introducing fitness as a solution. I mean, obviously through, follow-ups and campaigns, we presented the gym as our solution for them. But initially, before we could have that opportunity, we had to convince them that fitness and personal training was the solution that they needed, to address the problems that they had. But again, we couldn't slap them in the face with, here's your solution. We had to raise their level of awareness of the problem. And that's what that ebook did. So something controversial like sitting is the new smoking triggered, everybody's attention. They had to read it. They read it. They go, holy crap, I didn't realize all of these things that I was suffering from could be addressed by fitness, by personal training. And then from there, again, because we've gated it, now we've owned that traffic. Now we continue to communicate with that clientele, provide the things that are needed for that individual to become more aware of their options, more aware of the solutions that are available to them, and then really highlight ourselves as the solution that's best. And that's where, that second sale would come into place eventually.
Yeah, I want to jump in real quick here. As you're listening to this, doesn't this sound a lot different than free week at my gym?
Buy my shit.
Isn't there like two different worlds here, right? We're talking about these people that are completely unaware. They need your help, but they don't even realize that being overweight is the problem that they're facing in their life. And then you're like, hey, come in for a free week. Like that does not resonate. It does not compute. And we're missing the boat on such a big piece of this marketplace that you guys aren't even addressing. You're not even talking to them.
Talk about that too. Not only are you not even addressing the majority of the people available for your services, you're competing against the people that are aware, against your competition for the people that are aware. We're only communicating to the most warm traffic, people that are looking for personal training gyms. And we're putting 100% of our attention on the most competitive, highest costing client to acquire by only playing at the top of that awareness triangle. And so if you want to save money on ad spend this year, attack the bottom of the triangle. Create value-based content to bring people into your ecosystem, educate them, a long-term kind of indoctrination sequence, right? Like what are the things these people need in order to make an educated decision for themselves? Provide all of that value. You get, the attribution to all of those wins. And then they come to you because you're the person that's provided all of those wins. That's the process. That's like how we go about that long-term marketing strategy. But to your point, we're playing with exponentially more people than we are just competing at that top.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the hard part because, like, to your point, is everybody in fitness is playing that 1% game.
They're all you guys are all competing against each other for the same folks. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Those are the people that you throw an ad in front of. They've already decided fitness is the solution. They've already been shopping for a solution today. And you just happen to show up right in at the right time. They opt in, they show up at your gym, and that feels really good. In fact, we do that all the time, every single day, week in, week out. but it is more expensive. And then the question becomes, well, should we do both? Should we do one or not the other? I guess I'd approach it this way. You definitely want to do direct response. You definitely want to talk to the people that are ready to buy now, because why wouldn't you? They're the ones that are going to come in today. Your money out, money in. We're whole again, and we're returning on investment, and we're growing the gym. But
to real quick on that too, because to highlight on that, anything that you're speaking to upwards of that triangle. So if somebody's ready to buy today and you're positioning that ad, that could appeal to somebody who was less aware, but they need to be that. It never goes the opposite way. Right,
it goes up, but not down. So if you're talking to somebody that is at the bottom, it resonates with everybody uphill from that. But if you're just talking to the person at the top, it doesn't compute downhill.
Correct.
So that's really what you're trying to say. And so, yeah, if you ran some ads to the people down here at the bottom that were, or maybe just realizing, hey, man, I am overweight, and that's my problem that I'm facing in my life. They don't know of any solutions, and then you start introducing yourself as the solution, and the content would look more like not a direct response ad, but more educational based, that, hey, did you know that, for every 10 pounds on your body, there's more force on your knees, and that's causing knee pain and all this stuff. That's the type of content that's going to hit those people at the bottom, but it also works uphill, right? Like it works up to the top. We're like, yeah, I know that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So again, there's two types of sells that are happening. It's the selling that fitness itself is the solution to their problem. And then the other sell is that your facility, your services, your personal training programs are the solution for fitness as the solution, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, now that you're realizing this, you may have known this. I don't know if you've known this. Maybe, right? Like it seems like it's foreign to a lot of gyms that we work with. So if we wanted to do a topic on this, because it's like, well, hey, how do we compete in 2023 with marketing, right? Like there's for me in my market, I know it's happening all over the US. Like there's more gyms that are popping up now than they ever have. And I've been here for 13 years, ever. Yeah. So,
and we know gyms aren't doing this because we don't see the ads ourselves.
Right. We're in the target market.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're just hyper conscious of every ad that comes across from fitness and everything like that. And I don't see fitness facilities creating education platforms or positioning things of value in the marketplace. The majority is buy my stuff today. Here's the offer.
Free week, unlimited discounts. Listen, guys, the grand opening, guys, God bless you. You're killing yourself by giving it a lifetime unlimited discount. What are you doing? I'm letting y'all do it. I'm not telling. To me, I laugh. Like I would never do a lifetime of the person's discount.
No,
like for some discounted fee that everybody else is paying higher than they're paying.
We went through that with COVID. How many gyms shut because they couldn't? Because they were locked into, my founder's rates. I've adjusted everybody else, but
you can't.
I got 170 members that I can't adjust their rates because they're paying me what they paid at my grand opening.
Yeah.
Well, that is a lesson that we've all really learned over the last couple of years, that that's not an option. The needs that change. Yeah. Oh yeah. The needs that change in business, you need to be able to adjust your rates accordingly. And there's no reason that you as a business owner should be handcuffed when the consumer is the one that's, typically got to foot the bill.
Yeah. It's tough. Listen, guys, we were talking to our guest the other day, Sean. We were talking about what we sell.
Yeah.
And the fact that people don't want to buy what we're selling. It's not like we're selling a case of beer. People want it. They're like craving that. They go and buy a beer and they want that, right? Like fitness, we're selling them hard work. We're selling them discipline. That fact that they have to do the work, their sweat, their pain. It's so backwards what we're selling people. Of course, we won't change what we're doing. Of course, this is the life we've chosen, and we believe in this. But it is not what the people out there want to buy. And I'll tell you how I know. My uncle-in-law or whatever, my uncle was in town. He's from Newport, Rhode Island. He's like, man, Tim, no, that's the wrong accent, but you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, the Chick-fil-A has 4 lanes and is wrapped around the freaking building twice, and it's like a mile long. I've never seen anything like that. But, and they're fast food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing down the street from there is an In-N-Out burger.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally the same. It was bumper to bumper. People are forcing their way in to buy that crap, right? But here we got to market and educate and bend over backwards and adjust and listen to people's problems. And it did. It's like, man, some days you feel like you're in the wrong business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, people don't want what we're selling. And it's the truth. I
want to throw this out there because the difference between having somebody that comes in strictly for a direct response ad, right? Like a trial or, low, I don't say necessarily like a challenge, but some bracketed type entry or even just joining a gym membership. I'm curious if we were to look at where they came from in the awareness triangle versus how long they stayed, because I'd be willing to bet that there's benefit to marketing from the middle and pulling people from the middle that you've actually put the work in to educate.
Maybe.
Versus, how quickly they are to come in and jump to the next solution if they're already so aware that they're like conscious of all of their options.
And
Do you know what I mean?
They're jumping from gym to gym.
Yeah. But if you took somebody from, definitely from the bottom, you took somebody from completely unaware that they even had an issue to changing their life through fitness, we know that client's going to stay, right? Those are our lifestyle clients. I'm curious if that middle ground is kind of the sweet spot because you need that level of buy-in.
Here's the problem. The attribution to the content that you're putting out is going to be impossible to find out. I mean, it's, I would argue that, the people that you bring up are probably the lifers. They probably are.
Yeah. Because
the people at the top, they're probably bouncing around gym to gym anyway, and they're going to leave you next week when the next thing opens, right? And so that's a hypothetical guess, but I would agree with you on that. But
but to the point of, if you're only marketing for direct response and you have nothing below that, you're probably running a cyclical business. You know what I mean? Like you probably see a lot of that transactional type audience coming through your doors.
Well, Orange Theory, right? Like one of our inner circle members, Lindsay, was at Club Industry, speaking at the event out in Club Industry in Chicago, and she was talking to one of the co-founders of Orange Theory, and she was telling me about that. I was like, hey, can you find that guy tomorrow and ask him what the retention is?
Yeah.
Can you ask them? And I go, I bet you it's 3 months. And she came back. It was 3 months. They were arguing. The guy was arguing with her. It was more like 4 or 5 months. The same thing. Let's just say less than 5 months. Now go to any Orange Theory in town and go to their Facebook ads and look at what they're running. It's free workout, free session, offer this, direct response. There's no education.
Never.
None. I mean, that's just the way fitness marketing is.
Yeah. And
it's time to change.
It's leaving a lot on the table. I mean, Ursa says what? 84% of this nation's never had a gym membership.
It doesn't belong to a gym. Yeah.
That's the awareness triangle we're talking about. I mean, like right there, boom. That is the people that we need to be communicating with. The greatest opportunity for change and help in this nation are all these people that we're ignoring. Yeah.
We ignore them. Because they don't know, people don't know how to talk to those folks. Mm-hmm. That's what we're trying to change on this podcast, right? They just don't even know. It's, hey, do a podcast. Like, hell, we have Healthy Living Scottsdale for the gym. It's the same thing. You're just going to have to work a little bit harder. It just is what it is. So guys, listen, 2023 is coming up, right? You're here. If you need help with your business in coaching, we have a coaching program that, more times than not, I mean, I don't know the numbers. I keep hearing this over and over. Just hit a record month.
Yep.
Been in business 14 years. Best year of my business of all time. Been in business 7-8 years. Never signed up more people in a week in the history of my business. Been in business 10 years. Like, it's happening over and over and over. And it's because they're following the playbook. They're following the plays. There's no magic bullet here. And I think this is what's really important to let you understand. And it's probably shooting myself or ourselves in the foot. we're not going to run a special campaign that's going to change your business tomorrow morning. That doesn't exist. And if it did, it's going to end up blowing the foundation of your business out in the long run. We've got to go back to episode 50. Episode 50. But it's doing the right things over and over, day in and day out, and all of a sudden, best year in business of all time. Never taken a vacation in 7 years. I can't believe I was able to buy this thing for my wife. I can't, but like this is happening over and over. And it's like, it's our fault for not like screenshotting every single thing, but it's becoming the norm. It's just like, yeah, well, there'll be another one next week anyway. So let's just get that one,
Yeah, right.
So if you need help, winninggym.com/grow is our coaching program portal, website, funnel. Take a look if you want to jump on a call.
Hey, you'll talk to me, guys.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you will talk to Randy on the call.
It's amazing. I still love that you'll get on the call with me and you're like, oh wait, you're that guy? I am that guy.
I think we should probably mention here, we're not a huge team. You're looking at me, Randy, we got Nick over here, and then we've got Conan. That's our team. Like you're working directly with us. And you're like, well, Tim, I mean, I would rather work with me than some guy that I've trained to do the stuff. Right?
There's no telephone happening in this organization, right? Like everything that we're saying is right from the horse's mouth.
And we got Zach, and we got Zach too.
Oh, yeah.
Zach comes in on the coaching call. So listen, you get the people in the trenches, right? Like I don't know if that makes me look like a small fry or something, but I think it's pretty damn cool. Okay. So you get to work with us direct. You talk to Randy on the call. You'll talk to me in the coaching program. It is what it is. Can't wait to help you guys. Hopefully this episode helps. Have a great Christmas, great holiday. You know what? Buy your Grow Summit tickets. They're going to go up here in a week. So fair warning. Don't say that we didn't warn you. That's it for this episode, guys. Until next time, keep changing lives. Stay on the next show. Bye. All right. And thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. And when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.